But what I think municipalities are still learning how to do is capacity holder engagement. That is engaging community for the explicit purpose of asking for help, asking for assistance on some of these huge initiatives that they have around renewable energy development and climate change adaptation. So I think being very aware of the fact that the conversation needs to center around how are we going to work together, and being very careful about the kinds of questions that you ask and what you're asking for. That has been the inspiration for this group called Our Energy Guelph that has been established in the city of Guelph to support the city, primarily on the mitigation side of things and its community energy planning, is to get people around a table, not only to have conversations about what the city should look like, but what we can do as community members, me as an academic, the University of Guelph as an institution, what we can do to help the city of Guelph, the municipality, overcome its limits to achieve these sort of shared objectives. We learned that it's very important to develop community champions, to tell the story around particular initiatives to community champions. Or another way to think of community champions is as channel partners. In other words, people who have really strong social trust within their relative constituencies out in the community, and share stories with them, develop meaningful relationships that are beyond just the transactional, I need this from you and you need this from me. So that the story around some of the big projects that represent the transition or that represent new ways forward is told in a language that those constituents understand and is told by somebody that they trust. So I think capacity building and thinking very carefully about what you're asking for, and also developing channel partners. I think those are the two key things that need to be considered. We have been working to shift the municipality from to think of itself as by default, a facilitator and a convener. So to not automatically default to what new regulation, what new rule do we need to put in place in order to make this happen, but rather what conversations do we need to initiate out in the community? Who do we need to facilitate? Who do we need to foster? So generally speaking, I think the role of the municipality, what we're trying to achieve, is this shift from the doer of community energy plans by default, where the community energy plan is held by the municipality, is adopted within municipal policy, and then implemented. That is still critical. I certainly don't want to trivialize that. We absolutely need to see community energy plans and the targets and the initiatives baked into official plans and baked into secondary plans. That's still important. But I think what's increasingly more important is that the city sees itself as a convener and as a facilitator of actions by developers, of actions by homeowners, of actions by commuters. Like those are the individuals that are actually going to take action that reduces greenhouse gas emissions. So how do we facilitate that? I think that's the role of the municipality. It's coalition building that goes beyond just meetings, but that has dedicated staff and personnel to actually do some of that.